You ready?
I guess, yeah.
Let's fucking go. Hey guys, Darren Stevenson back with a new video. Today we've got Raphael Neven on today showing off a deck profile. Hiya Raph.
Hi.
How's your weekend been, mate?
I'm so tired.
I bet. Fuck. What did you have
Oh
to
my
go straight
god.
from? Oh, is it Cologne to where was the other regional you
Yeah.
went to?
No, well, we went to my house to sleep for like a few hours, but we arrived here at what do you call it? You call it 5:30, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, like because the clock went back to like wait no when
Oh, I
went
went forward,
had
did
an
it?
hour as well. So we had an hour less sleep. And we arrived so late, and I had to like drive everything myself. So we're so tired. We almost overslept for the second regional. Like horrible.
God. Well, this is the deck profile for the second regional, isn't it? And where was it at? And where did you come?
No, I played it at both. Like I played the exact same list at both.
All right. How did you finish in both of them?
So Kelowna went 7-2, and today at Leiden I went 6-1.
Sick. And did you get where'd you finish at the whatever the one it's called, the Sunday one?
The German Open or the Leiden one? Leiden I got second.
Sick. Did you
Yeah,
lose to
I
the
just lost to my friend who won the entire thing.
all right, where was it at?
Leiden in Holland.
Holland. All right, okay. I didn't know what country it was from.
Uh, no, thank God it was like just an hour drive.
Oh god, that'd be brutal. That was some of the sort of shit I was having to do in my world's race as well. Literally like just 2 hours sleep until I had to get up for the next flight. It's pretty
Yeah,
brutal.
this was one of the worst weekends, like
Yeah.
sleep wise.
I mean, you got a lot of points out of it, right? I mean, you got
Yeah,
a
and thankfully
really
it's
good,
almost over.
really good record at the Open. You're finishing strong. I think you're
Yeah,
good.
I got 38 points at the Open and then 8 more today, so that's 46 in a weekend is very nice, very decent.
Yeah, I think you must be like just under 200 ahead of whoever ninth place is, right?
More actually.
More, like you're more than fine. Like I think the goal that you need to be, if you're ahead by 128 by the time it's nationals, then you've locked
Exactly,
it,
yeah.
right? So it's perfect. So you probably don't have to stress so much about. You're in a really good position, I think, coming to the tail end of the season where you just everyone else is playing catch up while you just did it from right from the start, and you're reaping the benefits since you've got like so many points from like early on. I think, which is really good.
Yeah, like what people keep forgetting when they ask about it is like I started grinding when I didn't know my points would count or not. That's
I
that's
remember I used to have to
that's
keep telling you to just keep going because you were like, oh
yeah.
no, I don't want. I might not even be able to go, and I was just like, all you can do is just keep going.
Yeah, like I'm glad I did.
I bet. Right. Enough of that then. Let's talk about the deck list. So you decided to play Sky Striker at these events. So I
Yeah.
think I think the question that's on everyone's mind is why did you play Striker after I told you not to?
I played Salmon Gray for a long time and it was very, very successful as well. Um, but I felt the meta was a bit more shifting towards striker.
Hmm.
Well, there was still like a lot of Salmon Gray. Um, I felt that there would be more striker, and in the German regional, especially one that's so big,
Hmm.
I also wanted to have something that's super safe against rogue, against Draco and sub tower and altar guys, and like because there's so much randomness and like regionals, you can't really take a risk.
Hmm.
So I was talking to like Luke and Tom Viergoots, and like everyone kind of agreed that striker would be a really safe choice
Hmm.
for regional. This is like I think in general, like every tournament um, needs its own approach, and like regionals have you have to approach the regionals differently than like YCS or whatever. So I was like striker right now seems like the safest deck to like top because you don't need to win those regionals to like get to the top eight of the bronze points thing because you can't win all of them. You just need to top. So I was like, yeah, um,
You're literally
uh,
repeating everything I told you like a month ago.
yeah, but like yeah, like that's why right now I thought like striker would have been better.
Mm.
Um, And that's why I started testing it like last week, like daily. So I had enough to practice with it because that's also a thing you told me. Like always play something at a regional you're really comfortable with.
Yeah.
And it went decent, but I felt like I wanted something more in the side for the mirror. That's the only thing I missed. But
Right.
uh, yeah, we'll get into that.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about the deck listing. So I'll just start from whatever Dueling Book's telling me to. So the first bit comes up the hand trap ratios. So I think what probably people are probably wondering is why didn't you decide to main deck Ash and why did you go for Veiler and Ogre?
Okay, so in the mirror, I think Ogre is the best hand trap because
Ogre's the
of
best hand trap, as you say, yeah.
the high impact it has on multi roll, and you can kind of get away with it by being not really a good hand trap against Salamangreat because that matchup is favorable.
Mm-hmm.
So Ogre seemed like a no brainer, but I didn't want to like play free because I don't want to have any hand traps I can't use like too often in a turn if I draw two, especially in a deck like Striker, which every card is pretty important. So two seems fine. Then Effect Veiler is just overall really good against the mirror. It kind of worked like Ash because it stops the second engage if they go Gagari,
Right.
and it of course stops Gazelle all the time, even if they chain block it with Foul. And the thing is, like the free flex spots that could have been Ash, if I wanted to play extra hand traps, are the Twin Twisters, which is another card I put in just because it's regionals. Because I didn't want to like lose the game once to randomness, and I think because I expected Sky Striker to be more popular, that I wanted to have an edge in the game one,
Right.
and like Twin Twisters is one of the most insane card in the mirror match because multi roll just makes it a super poly. So yeah, so I chose to like affect fader, like all of the choices that are in this deck list and made by me and my friends are like to be as consistent against the most like the biggest amount of different decks because it's regionals.
Yeah. You're just trying
So
to eliminate as much variance as possible.
yeah,
By just
exactly.
playing something bog standard, but also good coverage against like crap.
Yeah, like the most of the cards that are good against multiple um, decks, we chose them over cards that are maybe a bit better against one particular deck.
I can't help but think you would miss Ash though, because like it just seems like quite important in the mirror because of like maybe shared ride or maybe
Yeah,
you
like
just accept if shared ride happens, you just sort of think, well, fuck it, or I don't know.
yeah, like in hindsight, the only time I actually missed Ash was in the mirror when I got shared ride. Like I don't really care for Ash on like the engages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time they will play multi role first anyway. But yeah, the Shara is a really big problem, but it feels really wrong to play a hand trap just for one side deck card.
Yeah, I agree.
How, yeah, like that's the bit of the dilemma I had because I really didn't like Ash over Vader. And I didn't want to like waste free side deck spots on it
Mm-hmm.
because it did cross my mind like what I'm gonna do if I get shared right it. Um, so yeah, I just hope that I could like survive a turn, which actually like worked when I got shared right once. Today I just passed with one call by the grave set because like the mirror is not going to kill you anyway. And
Yeah,
then just next turn I just did the like my plays with twin and engage anyway.
right.
So it's manageable, but yeah, that's the only time that Ash is really really important.
Fair enough. Let's move on into the next bit. So nothing is outstanding here except for I guess Jam and Wave. So why did you decide to play Jam and Wave? I guess.
Once again,
Oh,
to have
your
an
mic's going awful again, mate.
oh, is it better now?
Yeah, just when you move it, it goes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so once again, it was a card that is really good in a lot of rogue matchups, but also like against Salamangreat when if they don't even play against a striker and they start like most of the time they just start with counter trap, dweller, stalio, wolf, and like that one counter trap can just be easily outed by the jamming wave.
Mhm.
I also just like I was playing MSTs before this, and I was like, but it was 41, so I cut the two MSTs, and then I had one extra spot because I was playing two Shark Cannon. I was like, I like the MSTs a lot. Also, the jamming wave that can be able to pop the face down field spell happens like twice or something. Like jamming wave actually has a lot of uses, and it actually pressures the Salaman Great matchup quite a bit because they always have like some kind of set, and then they also have to use a Bailings on their monster, which is basically you get two cards for just one jamming wave. So all around, I really liked it, and I just that's also like because I like the MST, so I was like, yeah, let's put more spell trap destruction in it.
Yeah, I really like MFT as well. I think
Like
I
for
was.
YCS, I wouldn't play it. Like if I expect only mirrors, and like in the mirrors, it's all right, not super good, not super bad.
Yeah.
But it's really good against the regional decks, like against Subterra it's amazing against like Draco, against and like against Salamangreat. It's pretty good. So, but I like MST as well. Like I might switch it back to MSTs now, because MST is such an easy spell to get in the grave turn one as well.
Yeah.
And Jabbing Ray is a bit harder for that. Yeah, so not sure about that.
All right. So you mentioned this while you were talking about Jamming Wave. So seems a bit strange. Why did you end up playing two Shark Cannon?
I think Ericles was playing this at Atlanta, and after like talking with him, I tried it out because I think he's really good with the deck, and my testing it was amazing to have, because it's one of the really good cards right now against the meta, especially Salamangreat. But it's so good if you don't have to search it, so you can search Anchor, so you have two really good.
Yeah. I think like Shark Cannon's at its best when like they don't know you have it, because then they don't respect it.
Yeah, and another thing is that in the mirror I always try to resolve Kagari every turn, also my opponent's turn. So I just get like Shark Cannon and their Kagari is absolutely insane. Or just get rid of the race. Like if you play multiple Shark Cannon and like free cover the grave, Afterburner becomes such a lot better, actually, because most of the time you have an answer for the Ray as well. So you destroy a monster, banish the Ray, and pop the Mulder roll. And if you play only like, I know it's one card extra, but like 5 banishing cards, like it's a good number for the race as well. So yeah, I was a big fan of the Shark Cannons. Like I think they're really good right now.
Yeah, I think I've went through stages where I've wanted to play two, and I've played two before, and I just really like the card. I think the card's really strong. Whenever like you lose your Shark Cannon, you always feel like really awkward. Like it's really difficult to apply pressure when you don't have Shark Cannon anymore.
Yeah, it's also one of the cards that makes Boral Sword in late game, because you can get any fire back, then go to Heatsat and get another fire back, and then you just need one more monster for the Boral Sword.
Yeah, so that was good timing. Again, we're linking these cards. So everything else in the main deck seems fairly
yeah, it's very standard.
And then go to the extra deck. I did see you were playing Hater. Do you want to?
I love that card so much.
You were playing that card?
Oh yeah, this is one of the best links ever printed, bro. Like, no, like seriously, like Needle Fiber 2.0. But it opens so much. It has so much like possibilities. Like I played against an Orcus player, reborn Kagari, but like reborning Ash, reborning Bailing, and then attacking the other Bailings, so they can't save it, then link it to something else again. It opens plays to Ningirsu. It has so much options with that card just by having any Kagari, and I outed this field of like Phantasme, Stelio, Jaguar, and Imperial Order, and I had like 3 cards left. So no, two cards left. So I missed a card for the Phoenix. So I went Kagari, get something back, and then get his Bailing to just make Ningirsu out of this entire board, and then my last card was engaged, so I could finally win. Like Nita can just out a lot of stuff on its own now. That like Sangre is such a big deck, so you can always have access to a link in their grave, and yeah, sometimes it acts like a DD Crow. The card's so versatile. It's really good.
Yeah, like I was just thinking, because like I was thinking of like how you could actually be like innovative with Sky Strikers, like without just adding in random text. But even small things like this, like adding an extra shot cannon, playing a card like Hater, which opens up so many plays to out stuff, it just seems really, really strong.
Yeah, this card was amazing. I don't know where I saw it first. Like I didn't came up with it, but it might be Paolo who played it, but I'm not sure. But I'm such a big fan of this card. Not just in Sky Striker, but it was amazing this weekend.
Excellent. The extra deck again seems fairly straightforward. I might as well ask about two Hayate. Is that just because of space?
Yeah, just space because I wanted Ningirsu for sure, but I figured that Bomber Dragon was also something that could came up, especially when you have too many monsters to like link away. Like sometimes you call OTK and you go Hita get something back or whatever. You just want to have a easy link full in your X deck. So I was like, I'm never gonna summon free Hayate. Like in the past, it came up, but it wasn't needed.
Well, let's move on to the side deck then. I think everything in there is fairly straightforward. I guess I'll ask about Lancia. Did that come up at all when you were playing against the combo decks?
Yeah, Lancia was really good. I played against Tom Rose in the last round, and oh no, wait, I played. It was really good against Ping. Tom had Call by the Grave for it, but Ping, I had like game two. I had two Lancias, which just crippled him. It's like 2 turns, and I set up a really big board. And like Lancia is such a like insane card right now, also because it doesn't get hit by the Dolphin.
Yeah.
So right now it's one of my favorite cards, and it covers like Orcus and the Danger Thunder deck, which Joel just doesn't. So I'm a really big fan of it. Like, so good.
That's good. And Sphere mode. Was this like? Was your way of thinking on this was like if they just pull out the big board and you sphere mode them, it doesn't matter if you can't normal summon because you're eventually just gonna get yourself back into the game anyway. Is that
that's the theory behind it. I have to like give a shout out to Joshua for this because he played it in Atlanta and he's a really really big fan of it. And I just put it in last minute. It was either this or Mind Controls from the Mirror,
right?
Which Ericos was played at Atlanta, and I was like, in my testing, I didn't like Mind Control as much. And I also missed something for like the combo decks. So this could be either like Impermanence or another hand trap or Sphere mode. And like George was saying, like you have to play Sphere mode. I think it's a mistake if you don't play Sphere mode because if you just out there the Thunder Danger board, they are through their entire action deck. They don't have anything left. They lose their Colossus, and it's fine if you can't normal summon that turn. So sometimes you can even just like go with the field spell, do some silly shit. But like they're not gonna kill you next turn, and you just like multi-roll their way, whatever. Like the loss they take from the stream mode is like it's worth it. That's the idea behind it. I think I drew it once this entire weekend, so I can't say I saw it a lot or like tested it a lot. But I think the theory behind it is really good. It's really nice to have a safe out for if they just go all in, and you can just like take away their board.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something I have to try. And lastly, so you decided to go with summon limit. Any reason why you think it's better than there can only be one?
Okay, so I was discussing this with Josh. He thinks there can only be one was better because it's better signing it in going second. But from testing, I felt like against Salaman Gray, it's still going second because most of the time you can lure away like the wolf in some way. They end with like Stelio and the other monster they had, or just Stelio, and then they will just in their turn they will always go like Stelio effect, summon something, summon wolf, and if you flip summon limit, then there's also no way they can make Phoenix or Heat Leo anymore that turn. So it does the same thing, and going first is absolutely much better against decks like Orcus, Thunder Dragon. So I know Ercos was maining this, and I think after this weekend, I think it's safe to main this. Yeah, to be fair, like I was like,
ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable maining it because I was like, how good is this going second? But yeah, it's really good going second. And like in theory, I think in the mirror, if you draw at game one, it's not even that bad. Like sometimes I was playing and I felt like, okay, now I have Ray spell. I have to go in Ayada now because I don't. Maybe I reveal the engage and I don't want to waste like Shijuku Kagari. If I get summon limit now, I'm fucked. Like
Yeah, no, Ray
that crossed my
Hayane,
mind. I was like,
it's literally like, wow, you can't even go into Kagari and you go so far behind.
you can't even go to Shizuku. Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't reveal like engage of church that turn. Like, I'm not saying it's a really good side against strike or whatever, but I don't think it's that horrible to draw.
Yeah, like it has applications in the mirror. That's why you can justify like main decking it.
Yeah, exactly. And like overall, going first is better, and going second it might not be that bad, or at least like it might still do its job. Of course, the Agononibon is better going second, but if it's so good going first against so many decks, then it might be better to play it than like over there can only be one.
Yeah. Well, my dueling book is just timed out, and I think that's everything I need to cover. Do you have any shout-outs before I finish the video?
Oh yeah, shout out to Team Alter Reality Games and our sponsors, if I can remember. Yeah, Ophidian, Monster, Argent Saga, and of course everyone who helped with this deck: Luke, Parks, Tom Vigoods, Ericos, Joshua. Yeah, I think that's it.
Whoop whoop. Well, thanks
And
for
of
watching,
course,
guys.
Darren Stevenson.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll get back on it. We need to book Knoxville. That's what we need to do.
Yes, we're going.
I got the time off as well, so we just need to work out how the fuck we're getting there since it's ridiculously expensive for whatever reason.
It's so expensive. I don't get why.
Well, I'll end the video there and talk to you about it after. Thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also check out in the link in the description below for RJ Cards and Supplies. Use the discount code MAXC5. See you guys later. Bye, Raph.
Bye.
Hi guys, thanks for watching my videos. Here's what you need to do: go to RJ Cards and Supplies. Links in the description below. Scroll down. There you go. Shop now. You're gonna shop. You're gonna get some Yu-Gi-Oh products. You're gonna click on Yu-Gi-Oh right there. There it is. You're clicking it. You're gonna be like, get your game on, and then you're gonna go Soul Fuse Special Edition. Yes, or any other product that you want. I just want one. Add cart. You're gonna buy more, and then what's this? Cheat code MAXC5. Yu-Gi-Oh apply. Yes. Yes. And you get 5% off. Do it now.